Hello everyone, I just thought it's a lovely afternoon. I'm gonna go up to Canterbury and have a little walk about, so let's travel in style via the bus.
Right, as you can see, the bus station is nuts, and it usually is like this. Just even waiting for a space to actually come in is crazy. Right? We'll be off in a second. Fingers crossed.
Alright, so this is the bus station. We're going to start our tour by the start of the medieval Roman walls. Oh, there is such a thing as medieval because they're both things. Oops, sorry. So let's begin. Right, so when I said medieval Roman walls, what I was actually trying to say is this here is the original entrance into Canterbury. It's called the Riding Gate. It was built in 270 and it was one of the first 7 gates given access to Roman Canterbury, but then they built this wall which stretches along. So if I can show you the front of it, there you go. Traffic is crazy. Let's go have a little walk along it. Right, so this is just one of the many towers that is based along the medieval walls here in Canterbury. This one's Cattle Market. So this is where you would have medieval archers on each side looking out. Well, that's the fire station over there. But like I say, Canterbury is very, very busy here when you actually get to the bus station, you see. But we're going to go for a little walk along the walls, and I'm going to show you some really pretty scenic and historical shots. So we're going to get away from the traffic now. I know this isn't the most interesting start to a video, but bear with me, and yeah, let's go. So there would have been internal steps to actually get there, but they've been removed now. But so it was quite an impressive piece of engineering, just outskirts of the whole of Canterbury. Many of it's actually been removed, but we're going to go up and I'm going to show you one of my favourite places. So come on, let's go. Right, so after that castle on the mound was destroyed, they built this one here. This is Canterbury Castle. Unfortunately, I can't go in there anymore because the site has been closed due to falling rubble masonry, so they've shut it off to the public. But this was built in the 12th century and it became a county jail shortly after in the 14th century. But it's actually quite impressive when you go in. But there's a lot of pigeons, so this is Canterbury Castle. It's just such a shame you can't go in anymore. Anyway, let's go back into town, or into the city, shall I say? Canterbury is a city after all. Right, so this is Dane Gardens. It's been a open space since the 12th century, but we went up there. Guys, we went up there, that's where the castle was. But during the summer, this place becomes an open air food market, you know, bands it's free to actually see is I think it's called Dane Fest or Dane John Fest. Anyway, salubrious houses, you know. I actually looked at renting a place in there. It was just like, I think it was £1,200 a month. Anyway, it's a very, very nice open space. And it leads you straight back into, what the hell is that? I'm sorry. What the actual? Okay, I never expected to see that. What? Oh. That's something you don't see every day. Anyway, I think they were trying to film a YouTube video and I think I got involved in the wrong place. Oh well, never mind. I hope I didn't ruin it for them. So we're going back into town now. So, why do I keep saying town? It's a city. That was strange. So this is Canterbury Cathedral. We're going to go and have a little look at that. But directly opposite is the King's School, which is part of St Augustine's Abbey. We do have this fine looking fellow here. Let's see if I can do it. Yep, that's King Ethelbert, and this French princess became Queen Bertha. Now after the Romans were actually beaten, the Anglo-Saxons came in. He became king of Kent, she became queen. Opposite, this is part of St Augustine's Abbey. It's now part of the King's School, which is a grammar school for chaps, and it is very, very salubrious. Can't go in, obviously, but all of this, imagine this is a school all the way down there. So I can't even imagine how much it must cost to send your kid here. There you go. So we're now going to go into town. Why do I keep saying into town? Sorry, you're going to have to excuse me. And yeah, let's go and have a little look. Right, so now we're coming to the street known as the King's Mile. This is one of the most fascinating buildings in Canterbury. It's a bookshop, but look at that door. It's completely wonky. Fascinating, isn't it? Anyway, this is called the King's Mile. Now, quick history lesson. I'm sure you've heard of the Archbishop of Canterbury, Thomas Becket. Now, when Henry II, basically, cut a long story short, the Archbishop of Canterbury would always crown future kings for centuries. Now, Henry II was crowned by 3 different bishops up in York. Thomas Becket was slightly miffed off with this, and he excommunicated all 3. Basically said, you're not going to be bishops anymore because we have the right to crown kings down here in Canterbury. So Henry II is apparently meant to have said, or words to that effect, who will rid me of this troublesome priest? So in late November 1170, 4 knights travelled from London. They stayed in Saltwood Castle, which is not far from Hythe, and rode to Canterbury. They took Henry II's words of, I want this guy dead. So they stayed here. The 4 knights stayed here. Conquest House. Now there is a tunnel which goes underground here into the grounds of Canterbury Cathedral. On the night of the 29th of December 1170, they drew their swords, cut off his head, assassinated. Upon hearing this, the Pope at the time said, right, he's a saint, we're going to make him a saint. Which is why you get the Canterbury Tales, because pilgrims from all over Europe would make the journey into Canterbury Cathedral to pay their respects, really. So that's where you get the Canterbury Tales from, written by Chaucer. We're going to go and I'll show you in a minute, but yeah, so this is a very, very famous building, and you can just think the knights went through this door underground, and on the evening of the 29th of December, cut him down. So there you go, that's a basic history of why Thomas Becket became a saint. So let's go and have a little look at the cathedral itself. It's an impressive building, really is. There you go, this is Canterbury Cathedral. So like I said, they went on a tunnel under there, straight into the grounds, went straight into there, lopped his head off. You can't actually go in, well you can, but it costs like 18, 20 odd quid to go in. And so I'm not made of money, but they're obviously, you know, refurbishing it a little bit. But yeah, this is Canterbury Cathedral. Anyway, I'll take you round to the other corner. We'll go to the butter market. Well, on the way I'll show you where Dickens stayed. So here you have the Sun Hotel, built 1503. It's also known as the Little Inn, which was made infamous by Charles Dickens in his book A Travel Through Kent. So it's now just an antique shop. But around here, keep going a little bit, this is the old butter market. This is where, you know, people would come and buy their meats, cheese, butter, milk. It's a great rallying point. Also on November the 11th they hold memorial services here. It's a bit of a shame that you can't actually see the main facade of the entrance to the cathedral. But they're doing it up. They've been doing it up for years. Entry prices 14 quid. No, don't think so. Right, we'll go down to the main high street of Canterbury, down one of these lanes. Oop. The sun's playing havoc with my camera. There we go. Right, so this is the main high street of Canterbury. It's quite sad actually, because many shops have shut down. Nason's has been around for a long time. That's like an old department store. Obviously Thomas Cook is gone. But this used to be Debenhams at the corner here. That's gone. It's just like any main high street in the UK, isn't it? Just coffee shops, charity shops. Yeah. Just... Oh God, even Costa's gone. Anyway, so down here, there's a couple of things that I'd like to show you. One is like an almshouse, an old hospital. The other one is the local library, which is an art gallery and museum. It's got some great artefacts in there, free to get in. And then we'll go down to Westgate Towers, and I'll take you along the river/canal. Here we go. So this building here is the library. It's called the Beanie. It's a library and an art gallery. So Let's go and have a little mosey around. So here we are. There you go. Made his fortune in Australia. And when he died, he left money to Canterbury to build a working men's institute. This was used to rehouse Canterbury Museum. Oh, God. That's an evil looking pussy. Sorry. It's a mummified cat. What the hell? Now you're talking. Oof. Oh, God. Only people of a certain age will know who that is. Really? Oh, that's a beautiful picture of Canterbury. Right, let's go back out. This is the Old Weavers. It's a great restaurant. And opposite, this is the old St John's Hospital. Right, let's keep going. Now, one of the main theatres that we have here in Kent is the Marlow. So this is where most, big name acts or comedians or plays, whatever, that come from the West End come to the Marlow. Who I believe was a contemporary of William Shakespeare. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go down to Westgate Towers. So this is probably my favourite pub in Canterbury, the Black Griffin. And interestingly, directly opposite the Black Griffin is, Mary Tortle, who created Rupert the Bear, studied art in this school between 1891 and 1896. So, it's interesting. Right, rather than get too close to the traffic so that you can actually hear, this is Westgate Tower. It's one of the main entrances into Canterbury. And interestingly, the phrase "to canter," the horse riding expression, it was drummed up because when the pilgrims were coming, because basically London is straight that way, and so they used to bring the drawbridge up, so like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and so they could see the Westgate Towers, and they would get their horses to go quicker and quicker and quicker to canter. The berry comes from borough, so Canterbury, that's how it's got its name. It was built in 1380. And also interestingly, in there you've got a escape room called Escape the Towers, which is absolutely brilliant. It's so much fun. I did it in 2017 with my then partner. You get an hour to get out. We got out in 59 minutes and 56 seconds. It was absolutely brilliant. So we'll walk through and then I'll show you the actual river that we've got. After Canterbury Castle, this became a prison. It's now called the Pound. It's quite a fancy upmarket bar and kitchen. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and like I said, it's brilliant. Right, we're going to go to the river. Right, so this is Westgate Gardens. There you go, guys. Right. It's really quite shallow, but you can take a punting thing tour, but it's expensive. It's one of my favourite parts of Canterbury, actually. You can actually sit out, have a picnic or whatever. Right, let's move along. Right, so there you go, guys. That's pretty much Canterbury in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed it. I love making these type of videos, so you know, let us know what you think in the comments. Oh, look, ducks. I thought it would be a nice little diversion from what I do, so I called it Sunday Stroll. So hopefully this will be out in the morning, Sunday morning. Oh, one final thing before I go. This is one of the biggest trees in Kent, especially in eastern Kent. It's huge. Look at the size of that bad boy. Right, okay guys, like I say, hope you enjoyed it and let me know what you think. Alright guys, have a lovely Sunday afternoon and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.